The war had been over for 3 standard cycles when Anna Chen stood before the Galactic Council, her uniform pressed sharp enough to cut atmosphere. Behind her, Lewis Grant adjusted his neural interface, fingers trembling, not from fear but from barely suppressed rage. The Cathari ambassador extended its triple-jointed limbs in what passed for a gesture of peace among its kind. Its translator crackled to life. Surely humans understand. War is regrettable, but it is past. The council has voted. Reparations are unnecessary. Anna's jaw tightened. She'd lost her sister in the bombardment of New Brisbane. Lewis had watched his homeworld of Kepler 442b burn from orbit, 17 million souls reduced to ash in an afternoon. And now these creatures, these things that had glassed 6 human colonies, wanted forgiveness without consequence. Ambassador, Anna said, her voice cold as the void between stars. My species has a saying. Forgiveness is divine, but justice is human. The insectoid Virix representative chittered nervously. The council had expected capitulation. Humans were young, after all, barely 2 centuries into faster-than-light travel. Every other species that had suffered at Cathari hands had eventually bent knee, accepted token apologies, and moved on. The galaxy was old, and old civilizations understood that survival meant swallowing pride. But humanity had never been good at swallowing anything. Lewis stepped forward, activating the holographic display. Images filled the chamber, children's faces, intact cities, thriving colonies. Then came the after. Cratered worlds, melted infrastructure, bodies fused to glass by plasma bombardment. 17 million on Kepler 442b, Lewis said quietly. 8 million on New Brisbane. 4 million on Tau Ceti Prime. 3 million on... We know the figures, the Cathari ambassador interrupted, its mandibles clicking with irritation. The council has acknowledged the tragedy. What more do you want? Anna smiled then. It was not a pleasant expression. We want you to understand something about humans, she said. We forgive our friends their mistakes. We forgive our children their ignorance. We even forgive our enemies their desperation. She paused, letting silence fill the vast chamber. But you are none of those things. You were predators. You saw new prey. You struck without warning, without mercy, without even the dignity of a formal declaration. The Shalor Council mediator raised a crystalline appendage. The past cannot be unchanged. The Cathari have agreed to peace. Would you drag the galaxy into further conflict over 32 million dead? Lewis cut in. His voice cracked. Over worlds that will never be habitable again in our lifetimes? Over children who died screaming for parents who were already vapor? Your emotion is understood, the Virix said, its translator making the words sound almost sympathetic. But the council has voted. 8 species to 2. The matter is settled. Anna turned to Lewis and nodded once. He pressed a button on his interface. Every display screen in the council chambers switched to a single image. The Cathari homeworld of Tharkel, hanging serene and blue-green in space. What is the meaning of this? The Cathari ambassador demanded. That image was captured 17 minutes ago, Anna said calmly, by humanity's 3rd Fleet, 200 ships, each carrying enough ordnance to crack a continent. The chamber erupted. The Shalor mediator's crystalline body flashed with alarm. The Virix representative began a high-pitched keening. But the Cathari ambassador went perfectly still. You wouldn't dare, it whispered. The council would what? Anna's voice cut through the chaos like a blade. Sanction us? Attack us? Please try. She gestured to Lewis, who brought up another display. Human shipyards, thousands of them, spanning dozens of systems. Vessels under construction at a pace that made the assembled aliens' internal organs, or equivalents, clench with primal fear. Here's what you don't understand about humanity, Lewis said, his voice steady now. Every other species in this galaxy is old, ancient. You've fought your wars. You've settled into comfortable stagnation. You've learned that survival means compromise. But we're young, Anna continued. We still remember what it means to fight for existence. We've spent our entire history at each other's throats. Nation against nation, ideology against ideology. We've perfected the art of destruction. And then we found the stars and thought maybe, finally, we could be better. She took a step toward the Cathari ambassador. You reminded us what we really are. The silence that followed was absolute. You have one choice, Anna said. In the next hour, your government will transfer full reparations. Every credit, every resource, enough to rebuild what you destroyed and compensate every family you shattered. Your military will be reduced to system defense only. Your expansion rights are revoked for 50 standard years. And if we refuse? The Cathari ambassador's translator barely functioned through its fear. Lewis answered this time. Then 37 billion Cathari learn what 32 million humans already know. What it's like to watch your world burn. You're bluffing, the ambassador said. But its conviction was gone. Anna's smile returned, colder than before. Ambassador, let me tell you the most important thing about humans. We don't bluff. We remember. Every slight, every wound, every death. And when we're wronged, she leaned in close. We don't send diplomats to talk. We send fleets to make sure you never forget. The Cathari ambassador stared at the image of its homeworld, at the ships holding it hostage, at the woman before it who spoke of genocide with the calm certainty of someone reading a weather report. It understood then what the rest of the galaxy would soon learn. Humanity hadn't joined the galactic community seeking acceptance. They'd joined looking for a reason not to burn it all down. The Cathari had given them one, and now everyone would see the message written in fire across the stars. Forgiveness was divine. But vengeance? Vengeance was human. The Cathari accepted the terms within the hour.